start this hour, at least 1.5 billion rand has been allocated to eThekwini Municipality following last year's devastating floods. Now, Mayor Nqobile says the relief funds will be used for infrastructure, water and sanitation. But how will the municipality ensure that funds are not looted? Our reporter Nqobile Madlala is covering the story and she joins us now live for details. Nqobile, I wonder if you've been able to speak to any of the managers of that municipality, particularly the mayor, and how they plan to ensure that no corruption takes place.
Well, Maseko, yes, we have spoken to the mayor, and the mayor has highlighted to us that they are going to be using over 228 million rand. That is going to be on water and sanitation. He says 1.2 billion is going to be going to the engineering of the roads, the infrastructure, and so on. You'll remember that during the floods, quite a lot of damage was made on some of the infrastructure, and he's saying 94 million rand will be going to human settlement. And of course, that now touches on the fact that there are people who are flood victims who still need a place to live in, and that's been very difficult for many of them, having had to continue with at this point. So I am going to bring in my guest at this point to speak to us about those issues. I mean, you are Umtsinsi, you've been on the ground and you have been speaking to some of these flood victims that have been affected. Now we're hearing that 94 million rand is going to be spent in human settlement. Tell me a bit about how this can be assisting to these people that still need a place to stay.
Look, the conditions abantu abaphila ngaphansi kwawo awasibuyisa isithunzi somuntu. Yabona, if ungangena la ngaphakathi la njengamanje abantu baphila, abantu ama families, about seven different families on one room. Lokho akukho enough. So le mali le uma ngabe ethembisa nayo umeya lo wethu ukuthi ikhona, yabo, ayiphume ikwazi isebenze idingo efayithi isebenze ukuthi bakhiphe labantu bafake ezindaweni ezi-humane, ezi-right, engabazi bampintshane bebonke endaweni eyodwa. So njengamathina siwumsinsi sithi asifikele njengamanje ukuthi ke siyacela, siyancenga kubona-ke ukuba esebeshithi sebeconfirmile ukuthi imali le ikhona, ayiphume ihambe yowakhela abantu izindlu, baphume kulento le ekulento abayiphilayo njengamanje.
Uba Mayor uthi ngo-2024 iplan yabo ukuthi wonke umuntu abesenayo indlu. Ngowakho uyabona ukuthi kulabantu esenisebenze nabo abaningi kangaka ngo-2024 bazobe sebenayo izindlu?
Yabona nje into, the sad part is kunemali engango-1 billion eyazaphuma ngisho na kwe-finance minister, yabo, ekuthini abantu bazophuma bafake ey'ndaweni ezi-right, ezi-humane. Nanamanje leyo mali akaqhamuki. Abantu basakulindile namanje lokho ukuthi akwenze kumehluko then abantu ukuthi basuswe la kade bekhona bazofakwa kwezinye indawo ezi-worse. You understand ngisho? So ke njengamanje esicelayo ke njengamanje ukuthi ke abake bagcina izithembiso zabo sekwanele manje ebantwini ukuthi baphile lento le. Unfortunately thina ngebhadi asikwazi sinithathe sinifakela ngaphakathi niyibone lento le. Abasivumeli ukuthi namanje singene la ngaphakathi ukuze niyibone lento ukuthi ngempela nabo ke bayabaphathi bethu bangayivuma ukuthi bayiphile lempilo, bayihlale lento le abayihlala la njengamanje. You understand? So siyacela ke njengoba sekuphimisile wokukhipha ukuthi ikhona imali njengale akayikhiphe isebenze la ifanele khona. Labantu sekwanele manje, yabo, abantu sekwanele baphilise okwezilwane, baphilise okwezinja. Sekwanele sithi nathi siwumsinsi sizobabheka labantu, sizohamba nabo namanje sicela ukuthi ke abantu akwenzeke lokho kufanelekile, abantu babuyele isithunzi.
Usakhuluma nje ngesithunzi, bazizwa kanjani njengamanje?
Yabona sesikuyimanje bebena namahloni ukuthi singene. You understand? Kula bekhona njengamanje akekho umuntu afuna aphile lento le. You understand? This is ukwazi ukuyifanisa nanezilwane. You understand ngisho? Angazi uyibiza ngani. You understand ngisho? Abantu lapho kuthiwa abasuka le kula transit camps noma ama halls ade bekhona bezophinde bezofaka. Can you imagine? Ni imndeni niba u7 imndeni ehlukahlukene. You understand? Fun performance person niney'nkolo ehlukahlukene bayaxabana bebodwa abantu kuyimanje la de besitshela ukuthi bagcine sokhona ungazwani ngoba bahleze abantu bampintshene bayimndeni ehlukahlukene, and lokhu igcinisa ikhanda ini ukuthi between thina sabantu abamnyama sigcine singasazwani, sixabana sisodwa, ofuthi lento esingayidingi. And into engagwemeka mase kuthiwa laba basiphethe okuyibona abanikazi abaphethe yona imali abenza into right, abantu baphume kule nto engafanelekile.
Siyabonga kakhulu Mlungisi for speaking to us, and I'm going to bring you in now, but Nqobile, and I mean, I do understand that from the beginning of this, you were one of the people that were fighting to ensure that there is safety and that the people are in the right condition. But we know now that there's 1.5 billion that is here, and we know that 94 million rand is going to be spent on that human settlement. As people that have watched and fought so hard, do you think that it is going to be accommodated properly?
Look, you know, the way they have divided this elusive budget of 1.6 billion is like one of those social structural adjustments from the IMF that care less about the humanity or the human part of our society. 1.2 billion is going to be spent on infrastructure, road and so forth, not on human development, you know. And you start to wonder, really, so much money that is going to be used when it comes to infrastructure, whose purpose is it going to fulfill or is it going to serve? Because as we speak, and we have seen it, you know, inside here, that people, these are canals. You know, these are not human habitat space. These are just canals, you know. And so you wonder really what is going on in the minds of our leaders. And another thing that worries me, we are approaching elections, you know. And so you might think that this money, it might not trickle down to what they are saying, but it might be, be taken to other evil doings of our political party, the ANC. And so, you know, they are short of cash, you know, and then all of a sudden they have this 1.6 billion that is aimed to assist the flood disaster. And last time, you remember, as Mlungis have made it clear, that Kodongane said there was a 1 billion that was aimed to assist the people of KwaZulu-Natal. And even today, we have not seen that 1 billion into real action. And so, you know what, I think the ANC in our country is not an organization really that is got an undying love for the people that put them in those high places. And even the concept of referring to them as honorable, it needs to be questioned if the majority of the people, their electorate still lives like animals in these spaces. And so I don't think that Kaunda, when he talks about this 1.6 billion, he really mean that 1.6 billion is going to go to the people. As we speak, you and I, you know what is happening in the Durban High Court. You know, the whole executive, from the mayor, the municipality manager, the supply chain manager, they are in court. Why are they in court? Because of corruption. Even himself, Kaunda, you know, if they are court documents where he's in contempt of court, you know. And so you wonder really, where is this money going to be used? Possible, as I've said, it's going to be used for election campaign, or it's going to be used for their own selfish livelihood comfort, but not for the general public of eThekwini.
Well, we will be waiting to see exactly that, if it is going to be used accordingly, Masego. So that's 94 million rand that's going to be going to human settlement, and that of course means accommodating some of the people that live in areas like this because of being hit by the floods.
All right, Nqobile Madlala, live for us there in eThekwini. Let's leave it there for now. It's going to be interesting because I remember when they were given the green light in terms of the national state of disaster in KZN, it was said that the AG, the Auditor General, would actually check the books in real time. So we'll see what happens then.